faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right, my grind too tight. This here rhyme too nice. This my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh-wee. One shot, movie. That's all you need. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh-wee. One shot, movie. That's all you need.
One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Tonight, we wind up Week 5 with a good battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Arizona Cardinals. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. First play from scrimmage. Here's Murray. A pass underneath for Fournette. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up second down. There's defense for the Packers. They were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers his team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
A gain of 10, first down, Arizona. The Cardinals had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. They were losers their last time out, trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
On 2nd and a yard, Rodgers trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. Running right, here's McAllister. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Packers.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point by McCann, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Murray's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2 things to watch. First, his strength in being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Murray. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 40. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down in the 33. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. James Conner. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from evening this one up. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because We don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Slot man moves right. A handoff to McAllister. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go with McAllister. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers. Completed out left to Dobbs. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now Rodgers. He's going to air one out. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cards will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape. One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Murray now on 1st down. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the 1st down sack. Murray dumps it off to Fournette. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, but somehow you have to compartmentalize. Put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's Murray. Going deep for Hopkins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll run up the middle with McAllister. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now a play fake. Rodgers. He finds Watson complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 14. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And it's a Packers touchdown. Bo Melton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more amped.
And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Murray now to throw. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Rondale Moore as the first half is winding down. And the Cardinals are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well. So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it? Absolutely. And the formula there on the two-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it. They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. Bo Melton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. 85 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Throwing is Rodgers. This pass complete to Melton. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. On the give, McAllister with it. And some room to roam now. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers take a 3-touchdown lead. McCann now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. First down, Murray. And he fires one incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
They fake the handoff, now Murray. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Throwing now is Murray. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're continuing to rock and roll, and in intermission, you know, maybe sometimes you fear after such a good first half of a letdown, but that wasn't the case.
And what I remember most about being in those situations is exactly what you're talking about. You almost have that sense of satisfaction. You're like, we're doing really well. I remember one time someone saying, winning's fun, but so is playing really well. Why would we want to do otherwise? That was the message, to keep the intensity up, to keep things going. And that's exactly what we're seeing here from this team.
Let's help them extend their lead. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cardinals are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
This will be caught downfield by Moore. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. On the slant, complete to Hopkins. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Up the gun, Fournette. Down to the 25. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's able to find Melton. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that'll make it 2nd down. Rodgers going to throw. Another catch from Melton. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. On the carry, it's McAllister. And this will be a Packers first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. The defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And Watson has it right side. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. Rodgers again now. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now it's Rodgers. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cards are right back in this football game. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On play action, it's Murray. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Murray to Moore, 1st down, Arizona.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Play action. Now it's Murray. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You can have the first one for the second one to even matter.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, that was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Now Murray again. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Now Murray's got to have this one. He's going to float this one deep right side. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Adrian Amos with a pick.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay. On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And this one is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Hey, 626!
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
I have a few questions about that throw because to me there just wasn't a lot there. I thought he tried to do a little bit too much, almost tried to will a receiver open when there was no chance he was going to be. Nice job by the linebacker being all over that one and knocking it away.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there is a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Kyler Murray, his second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Cardinals have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. The extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think you're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And it's a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it down.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. Open man left side, it's the tight end, Tunyon. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Murray. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Brandon, you know, this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
And this is Ertz with it, right side. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Now Murray. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with this 4th down call.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Quay Walker, and the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Rodgers throwing here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Back to throw, Rodgers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it, and the Cardinals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. I think you and I were a little surprised back early in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just...
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Now Rodgers. Throwing left side, and Watson has it.
What you waiting for? Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Tell the chauffeur to open Mercedes door. Put the pedal to metal and made it soar. She was, but I made it sure it was. So we stayed indoors. Let's take it where no one has been before. It feel like I've known you some years before, but I don't know. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. She's a Lotus and I'm the conductor of a Magnum Opus. Simply braggadocious. Why don't we take advantage of this moment? And wherever you own, we own it. Come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make. I just scraped it off the top, got it out the road, out the curve, out the block. I was already sold, out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that pain, but it meant a lot. Whenever she calls, know what I gotta do. I'm moving with a two, I paid it at the boat. Yeah, tell me what I gotta do. Pull up in a bucket coupe, one for me and one for you. Yeah, like with the roof. I'm off the chain, don't cut me loose. Yeah, I'm off the chain, I'm off the noose. Yeah, get them picked off Bentley, white like cotton. Residential so good, my doors don't gotta lock 'em. Watch the dirty money with oxy. I miss count cause I'm off a. Yeah, these bigger than a damn proxy. Call my he said copy. Get that plug like a boogie. I like bitches hit like nookies. You ain't scared of no, but you scared to put on your hoodie. Man, my like what? Get off the top, cut it out the road, out the curve, out the block. I was already sold, out of work by 10 o'clock. Even streets felt that baby, that meant a lot. Whenever I call, know what I gotta do. I'm moving with a two, I paid it out of full. Convoy, 100 carats on my neck, my boy. That 100 bunny rabbits trying to get my boy. From the cabbage I collect, my boy. Heard you is gorillas, let me check, my boy. Say nothing silly, you regret, my boy. Cause we got banana on the my boy.